Back in Week 2, the Jets lost their previous game against the Bills. Can Buffalo sweep the series? Find out next on Madden Football.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Hall to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the number 1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. He finds Corey Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but he did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Shifts free at the 15. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
Wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo.
Let's go, man. Let's do this, man. It's game time. Let's do it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen now looks to throw. Dancing to his left. Uncorks one for Davis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Here's Wilson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
A little bit of space there for Cook that time as he winds up getting about 7 there on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This defense for the Jets, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On play action, Allen steps away. And that is caught. It's Davis. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes it...
Touchdown, Bills! Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Allen will try to throw for it, and he's got it. They convert for 2, and that gets him even closer. Now a 2-point game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This is Wilson on the jet sweep. And he's got some space here. 20. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, what do coaches tell us all the time, CD? We've got to get our playmakers more involved. And certainly running with the football is one way, and it paid off right there.
And you're talking about paying off to great effect. How about the big explosive play that was a result of that play call? Big-time execution on that one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Buffalo. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for two does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with two PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A jet sweep to start the drive. Tackle made there by Matt Milano. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Hunt will try going up the middle. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff. And when you're running with this caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they actually utilize what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll run with Hall. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Allen off the play fake. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep down the field. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Conklin, 32 yards. And the Jets are once again back in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Allen now on first down. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The try for two is successful. And it pushes the lead up to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw on second and 10. Wilson. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And they are at halftime with the Dolphins holding on to the lead. The Dolphins trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in that first half. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see, the score there, in the second quarter. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And even though they trail, they've had success running the football. Over 100 yards rushing as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bills, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Bills to take over. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down now, Cottrell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Bills offense back out onto the field. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And down he'll go at the 25. 45 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And quickly, they get to the line. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. Now it's Allen. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On first down, Cottrell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Nathan Cottrell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And New York set to take the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Off play action. Allen on the move to his right. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. And now they're in the hurry-up. In his own end zone, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to fourth down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackled for just a short gain.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and they'll remain down by 2. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On play action, Allen going for it all. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On 2nd down, Cook. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. We have played 3 quarters. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Wilson, out to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. The 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Conklin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, the 20. And how about that return? Inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They go play action with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone
under pressure? They got him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Hines now on the return. Gets past one man. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he's really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And Davis has it over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd and 9, Allen. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle from 13 yards out. And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. Now Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Holding. Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So Allen's going to look to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Cook up the gut. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Back to throw. Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's Wilson. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wilson to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Bills are going to win the football game. Now Allen. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. So that last touchdown sealed it there, partner, and then the kickoff there at the end, just a formality to knock the final seconds off and send everyone home.
Yeah, it's awfully nice when you're kicking off late, knowing that even if you give up a big return or a touchdown, it doesn't matter, right? You mentioned the word formality. Good job by them putting themselves in that situation where kicking off did not matter.